I'd like to talk a little bit now about innovation. If we're speaking about edge computing, IoT, personal 5G, as we heard a little bit ago, computer vision and location tracking are all technology buzzwords. How are those technologies transcending the buzz and living up to their promise in the marketplace and in our lives? We've got two folks, Parm Sandhu of NTT Limited and Romain Durand of NTT-Transatel. We'll talk about how co-inventing with clients is bringing solutions to market. Gentlemen, please join us on stage.
Thank you. I'm Parm Sandhu, and thanks for the great introduction, Paul. I'm here to talk about innovation at the edge and what does that mean and how NTT is helping our clients, enterprises, realize the objectives and goals of their strategic initiatives that they have undergoing. So in terms of what we're seeing, enterprises, there's tremendous amount of digital transformation going on at the edge. What that means is enterprises are looking at, especially extremely accelerated by the pandemic and a lot of the effects of the pandemic, to address worker shortages, to look at automation, driving operational excellence. And that's driving a lot of investments in technologies like IoT, in digital business, digital transformation, the immersive experience for connected workforces. So a lot of this, typically in the past, a lot of work has been happening in the cloud, in the public cloud, but not all innovation, a lot of information has to be in the cloud. And some of it should not even be in the cloud for privacy and security reasons. So with this tremendous innovation that's happening in digital transformation, enterprises are looking for solutions, companies like NTT, to be the managed service providers, to bring them those vertically integrated solutions and stacks. So what we have developed is our product called Edge as a Service. And to us, we define Edge, everything south of the cloud, so the public cloud. And what does that include? It's again, when enterprises are building these applications and solutions, they typically relied on purpose-built infrastructure. And that purpose-built infrastructure is very difficult to maintain and operate, difficult to scale, and difficult to manage. And what we have done, we brought together connectivity, the core computing platforms, as well as the application management and AI analytics platforms together so they can achieve the goals that they want to achieve. So what that does is allows them to basically realize those objectives successfully. And if you look at a lot of enterprises in IoT in the past 5 to 10 years, they've had a lot of challenges in realizing their IoT gains. And a lot of that is because enterprises have to bring all those solutions together on their own and bring in ISVs or SIs to bring the entire solution and package it. And that results in lots of challenges. One of them being connectivity. So what we built, and I'll talk about, go back, is our full stack vertically integrated Edge as a Service platform. That's comprised of our private 5G, our edge computing hardware. So think of that as a micro data center like hardware and platform that has all of the hyperconverged infrastructure, the cloud layer for managing, running applications, as well as the entire cloud, multi-cloud management stack. And on top of that, we have built applications, our AI analytics, our smart world platform, that companies can use that to aggregate the data, process the data, and manage that. So that's really important that they have the entire vertical solution stack available. And then from an enterprise perspective, a lot of the primary use cases that we're seeing in manufacturing is automation, as well as in retail and logistics, asset management, asset tracking, as well as in in a lot of our healthcare space, there's a lot of data processing that has to happen very quickly and very fast, and there's a lot of data that needs to move. So putting all of that together from a competitive perspective, bringing in a partner like us with fully managed service, we bring that together so that companies don't have to invest in all those resources. We simplify the technology for them because we manage it and deploy it and deliver it. And then finally, we change the business model because rather than them having to manage, put a lot of CapEx up front, by making it available as a service, that really allows them to focus and deploy their capital in their core business. And NTT as a service is able to offer it as a subscription offering. Why is that? Because companies are really looking to satisfy their core requirements around security, robustness and reliable solutions and connectivity, and finally, fully managed layers, full management. So the outcomes that they really need to achieve are real-time decision-making, so especially for business process and business process automation, it's really important to get all the data. They can process it very quickly near the source of the data. And not all of that data can be sent to the cloud because it really helps them lower the cost of the backhaul as well. The integrated solutions of our private 5G gives them the bandwidth that they need, and it's reliable, with a high reliability and availability, especially in very challenged environments like factories, ports where there's a lot of metal and containers, etc. And then the performance from the high hyperconverged infrastructure allows them to scale as they need very easily. The solution has to be focused around a ZTNA type model, so zero trust approach, so that they can layer on their own security process, but also very easily integrate our solution into the existing framework that they have. And that really allows them to develop new use cases. So things like computer vision to detect worker safety, to detect challenges that they may have, predictive maintenance to identify outages that may be about to happen so they can prevent them. So, and again, it has to meet the reliability and SLAs. So that's what, we package this as highly redundant, high availability offering as a solution that's very, very important. In terms of 5G, we bring together the entire network, the spectrum that's needed, or we call it local network or local spectrum, in over 20 countries, and integrate that also with our NTT public network MVNO solution that gives us connectivity between the private and the public. So we don't have islands of connectivity, just private networks, but we connect the private to the public, and my colleague Romain is going to talk about that next. And offer that network and management as a fully managed service with our global NOC, as well as our managed services, so that we can help companies manage their devices, manage their applications, and then also in terms of supporting through our application development capabilities. So really a one-stop shop for companies to do that. And from an IoT perspective, we have a suite of our composable IoT solutions, so which can then be easily curated into applications. It's not just building the networks, but we have to bring the applications and solutions together. So we have a suite of applications that we've curated, like our asset tracking, panic button type solutions, indoor location asset management, and then package that with a lot of our connectivity. So we can do 5G, we can do 4G, 2G, LoRaWAN. We really bring that entire set of expertise together for a customer, regardless of what their location is and where they need that connectivity. And finally, also putting together our advanced solutions, such as computer vision for sorting. Like one of the solutions we're working on right now is to sort sandwiches that are getting picked in a warehouse that gets shipped to the restaurants. So just using computer vision as a training the computer vision in such a way that it can detect different types of use cases where humans are doing the work, to automate that, to reduce the error. So I'll turn it over to my colleague, Romain, who's going to talk about the global connectivity offering.
Thank Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parm. Hello, everyone. My name is Romain Durand. I'm the co-founder of Transatel, a French company that we created 20 years ago and that got acquired by NTT 4 years ago. So now we are part of the group and happy to be part of their IoT offering. So what we provide essentially is global cellular connectivity. This is a service which is needed by the whole company that needs to deploy connected products globally. As you know, a lot of companies are under digital transformation, and connectivity is a key enabler for this transformation. So when you are a company wanting to deploy a connected product, you need to get connectivity. So usually you need to go and see your local operator, such as AT&T or T-Mobile, for example, in the US. You need to sign a deal, to sign an agreement, to interconnect, to understand how it works, support, the billing, etc. So there's a setup process which can be heavy, but which is doable. What is difficult is when you want to scale abroad. You want to replicate this service in different countries. So either you use your SIM card in roaming, but it's international roaming, as you know, is very expensive and inefficient. Or you need to go and see local operator in different countries and start again the process to interconnect with different operator. And it's very complex, long, and expensive. Another effect is that it slows down your innovation, because let's imagine you want to launch an innovative product and you need the underlying operator to do something for you in their platform. It may be possible in one country, but you need to go and ask for all operators in all different countries, so it doesn't scale. So what we did, our main innovation has been to set up an abstraction layer to the mobile carrier worldwide, so that we become a virtual global operator. So we establish indeed what we call an MVNO, Mobile Virtual Network Operator, on top of the operators, and we are using their antenna, their radio access network. So we have signed access agreements with more than 190 operators. So we are almost covering all the world. The result is that we can provide a SIM or an eSIM for local tariffs all around the world. So the outcome for our customer is that now with the NTT IoT offering, there's only one single point of contact, one single contract, one single point of support, one single invoice, one single integration. Once you do it, once it works for all the world. So who are our typical customers? Typically, the car manufacturer. You know that the car needs to be connected today for different use cases. You have the emergency services. When your car has an accident, it will call automatically the closest emergency service. There's also the use case of the maintenance, predictive maintenance and telematics. You can remotely upgrade your car. The car is more and more software, so it needs to be upgraded. There's some security patch that needs to be applied. That's the telematics. And you have also the infotainment, enjoying Wi-Fi on board, enjoying audio streaming or video streaming for the kids. So it's different use case of the connectivity in the car, and it brings some specific requirements for the underlying operator. Typically, the billing. The emergency service and the maintenance service are using connectivity that are usually paid by the car manufacturer. The infotainment service may be paid by the end user. So you need a billing system that can accommodate both B2B and B2C relationship. So this is something specific that we implemented in our platform, and our customers such as Jaguar Land Rover in Europe or Fiat Chrysler are using that and can have the same system again all over the world. Another example of customer is the airplanes. We have Airbus as customer, which is using our SIM card to collect data during the flight. As soon as the plane lands, they are sending all this data to a cloud to do some predictive maintenance and know know about their planes. And they had also some specific requirements in the network regarding security and regarding access to the cloud that they are using. So again, they were very happy to find one partner that could do it at a global scale, and not only in one country or one region. So to come back to our global coverage, we are almost truly global, so we are missing a few countries, but mainly we are supporting all the world with all cellular technology ranging from 2G to 5G. And we support them as soon as they are available in the underlying radio access network that we are using. So for example, 5G, we have launched 5G last year, and now it's available in 30 countries, in most of the Western countries, for example. With 5G, there's a lot of bandwidth and latency requirements that are coming in. So we are currently expanding our network, which was initially very central and managed from Europe. Now we are deploying local infrastructure in order to achieve better quality of service, better latency, because we're trying to be as close as possible from the end user. That's one thing. And second thing, and it comes as a synergy to the Edge as a service that Parm was mentioning, we are also connecting with the private networks. So we have made an interesting innovation, which is a SIM card, as Parm explained, that can be used in private and public network at the same time. So again, to give you an example of the car manufacturer, you may know that a lot of car manufacturers, they are wishing that in their factory, when they produce the car, as soon as the car is finished at the end of the production line, they would like the cars to drive autonomously and go to the parking lot before being dispatched. So today they are putting the cars in a truck and they go to the parking. They would like the cars to go by itself. So in order to do that, they have very strong requirements in terms of latency and security. So they are using a private network in their factory. And there's also many other use cases. So in the car, they need a SIM card for this private network. But as soon as the car will leave the factory and will be sold to end user, the same SIM card will be able to use the public network. So thanks for this innovative product. There's a really nice interest from the car manufacturer on that. And the beauty, and this is how we see the scaling of the innovation at a global scale, is that once we've done it in a specific country, for example in the US, then it's immediately replicable all around the world. So very interesting for the replication. Speaking of innovation, I spoke a bit about the eSIM very briefly. We've been very agile and promoting new technology, trying to bring innovation to real product as soon as possible. So typically the eSIM, so I don't know if maybe all of you know the eSIM, it's a replication, it's the switch from a physical SIM to a virtual SIM. You can now download your SIM in your product without having plastic. So we have embraced this technology as soon as it was ready. So a few years back, we were helping Microsoft to embed eSIM technology directly into Windows 10 for always connected PC. And we were also one of the first to provide consumer eSIM service. So we even have an end-user offer that you may want to try. It's called UBG, UBIGI. It's an app that you can download on your smartphone, and you can download immediately a free eSIM. That's free of charge. You download it, you have it ready. And thanks to this eSIM, you will be able to enjoy your global network as an end user, to access internet at local rates when you will go abroad. So if you don't want to pay very high roaming charges, or you don't want to bother trying to find a local SIM card, try UBG, and it will save your life in many occasions. Thank you for your attention.